guys, this is Saruna. In today's session, I'll be explaining how to use the MonkeyTool for Android. So why do we use this MonkeyTool? This is a testing utility which simply starts an Android application and sends it a pseudo random stream of simulated touch and keyboard inputs. In other words, it acts like a monkey with a phone randomly pressing keys and buttons and touching the screen. So why do we need this? So this is basically used to test the stability of the application. So how do you run the MonkeyTool? So open keep the emulator instance running on your machine and open the command prompt, and inside this prompt what you have to do is inside platform SDK folder and inside the platform tools, let me show you that instead of sorry. So you have an SDK folder, right? So go inside that and go inside platform tools. Here you find the ADB, right? So copy this part and paste it here, the command prompt. So you have to get inside the ADB shell in order to execute the monkey command. So for that, what you need to do is ADB shell in the command prompt and enter, and now you are good to use the monkey commands. So before coming to the commands, what you need to know about this MonkeyTool is that, so as I told you, monkey, it just acts like the monkey and it generates randomly pressing keys and buttons and touching the screen. So what happens behind the scene is that it uses several private interfaces to communicate with three essential system services. So you have these three services known as package manager, activity manager, window manager. So what does this package manager does is that this monkey uses the package manager to get a list of activities for a given intent. This enables monkey to randomly switch between activities while testing an application. So for this activity manager, monkey calls a very powerful set activity controller function on the activity manager. So this effectively gives monkey complete control over the application life cycle for the duration of the test. Window manager, monkey calls a series of functions on the window manager to inject events into the applications. So using all these three service packages, monkey will generate some events, right? So since I was speaking about the events, let me tell you first what is an event. In Android, events are sent in response to user input or due to system events such as power management. Monkey supports quite a few event types, but only 3 of them are of interest for automated testing. So I have 3 types here. The first one is the key event, the second one is motion event, and the third one is the flip event. These are only the few kinds, there are many others though. So the key event, this event is sent by the window manager in response to hardware button presses and also presses on the keyboard. Motion event, this is sent by the window manager in response to presses on the touch screen. And the flip event sent when the user flips out the hardware keyboard. So before doing the commands, I want to tell you more about the primary categories. So the commands are divided into 4 primary categories. The first one is the basic configuration options, such as setting the number of events to attempt. Imagine that you have a small application and you want to perform some 100 to 500 events. So what you have to do is you have to tell monkey that use this application and perform this number of events on that. You generally have to give the count in the command to perform that many events, to generate that many events. And the second one is the operational constraints, such as restricting the test to a single package. So coming to package, you will give the package name for the MonkeyTool to generate the events. So if you have multiple packages, you can separately give this many events for this packages and 500 events for the second package, like that. So remember, in package always starts with com.android.browser, like that. It always starts with com dot, and it will be separated by 3 periods, okay. Next one is the event types and frequencies. What sort of events are you going to generate and how are the frequencies? So coming to this, like such as key events, click events, and time interval between these events. I want to perform only touches or only click or only scrolling for my application, and between each and every scroll, how many seconds or how many minutes you have to wait. So you can give all that options through command and make it run. And the last one is the debugging options, where while monkey encounters any problem and if it stops, you can use the debugging options at that time, and you can display the exceptions, and you can get to know in which event the exception is given. So now, in order to execute the command, I will told you have to get an inside ADB shell, and now you can run a small command here. So what I do is command then -v. So I'm using this command monkey -v100. What does this mean now? So I'm telling that monkey to generate 100 events, and this -v here is the verbose level. As soon as it generates or while generating events, what I should see here in the command prompt is what are the information which I get while generating the events. If I give only -v here, it generates the little information about the event and the error. If I give -v 2 times, I mean -vv, if I give it 2 times, if I increase the verbosity level, it will give more information about the events and the error. That's how it works. So hit enter and see what happens now. So it generates it. It will show some messages, right? The command prompt. Okay. So you will see some messages displaying on your command line window, and if you're fortunate, you may experience the monkey tool exits before it completes 100 events due to some exception or ANR. So there are a few scenarios, when the monkey runs, it generates events and sends them to the system. It also watches the system under test and looks for 3 conditions. So what are those 3 conditions which is treated specially are, if you have constrained the monkey to run in one or more specific packages, it watches for attempts to navigate to any other packages and blocks them. If your application crashes or receives any sort of unhandled exception, the monkey will stop and report the error. If your application generates an application not responding error, that is the ANR error, the monkey will stop and report the error. So depending on the verbosity, as I said, the verbosity level you have selected, you will also see reports on the progress of the monkey and the events being generated. Now running this command, I have got few messages here, and it is saying that the inject number of events injected is 100 and the monkey is finished with that. You guys saw the same thing simultaneously happening in emulator. So before ending this session, let me give you some more commands in fact. Right? First, you can give monkey -v, and this time I will leave the package name. Before that, let me run my emulator and set it to the home page so that I can generate events and show you from the beginning. Right? So monkey -p from .android.browser. So I have to perform all these touches and all this generating events and calls in my Android browser this time. So I'm specifying the package name here, and for this package name, what I have to do is I have to perform say 500 events this time. So you I've given the monkey, you're asking the monkey to generate events or perform all these actions in the Android browser this time. And how many events you want to perform? That is 500. Hit enter and see what happens now. So these actions here, which is going on emulator, is not done by me and it's done by monkey internally. You can see this event injector is 500. So this is another example, and what you can also perform other actions where you can specify, you can tell the monkey that to perform only clicks or only press or only touch or flick or scroll any specific event, and you can also give the intervals. I want to stop after each and every event. So you can do all these actions to monkey. So this is how it works. Hope it helped you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next session. Bye.